Your athletic background started ways before. Can you talk about how that athletic background, specifically in track and field, helped you be able to convert that over to the WWE and NXT?
Yeah, so unfortunately, for me, it does not translate well. Well, it does in a lot of ways, like, being explosive, being fast, it definitely, and like I had done, gymnastics for a while, body control, super, super important. But essentially for me, I ran, in a straight line my whole life, and I jumped straight, so then getting into this career, you're jumping, you're running around left and right, you're cutting, that's something my body's clearly not used to, and I feel like my hypothesis is that's led to a lot of my injuries, is not having that, like lateral training under my belt. But I also think I just had an unlucky, string of events and unlucky, like dominoes falling over. So it's just kind of, been shaky. But in terms of just athleticism, we do combines, you're jumping, you're running. Those are my favorite. I always do well in those because I'm like, that's where my inner track and field can shine. And I do think in wrestling, just kind of being a raw athlete definitely helps you like pick up, the training, the techniques, that whole thing, definitely helpful. But like, I don't know if it translated the best for me, but there are a lot of really good track and field athletes translated perfect. So it will. Bianca Belair, she's another example. She was a Tennessee track athlete, and she's been killing it, and no injuries, knock on wood. So
well, her finger is broken right now.
That's true, but a finger,
we can be all right. I met Miss Belair in Nashville, I think back in February.
I met her originally in Nashville too. That was the first time I met her.
We're going to get into that. Shout out to Bianca, but we talked about her track and field background, and I'm so biased to track and field athletes. WWE Recruit, still need y'all to call me. I'm still a little salty on that.
Yeah, they should hit you up.
Hit me
him up.
Hit me up. That's all I'm saying.
He's got it. I can tell.
You talk about Nashville. That's where Rizzo's WWE Tryout was. Can you take us through that WWE Tryout experience? Because you had people from Kalani, Jordan, Dwight Howard was there.
He was there. I don't know why he was there.
Yeah, I really don't know. I think Izzy Dame was there. Yeah. A whole lot of now talented WWE superstars were there. What was that tryout experience like for you?
I went into that experience and I was, I had no expectations. I had no idea what to expect. They gave me a phone call. They invited me to a tryout. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime thing. I got to give it a shot. I got to do this. But they really made a point. You don't need any wrestling experience. You just show up and, it felt very relaxed. So I was like, okay. I was big, in school. I studied. I did my work. I prepared. But they didn't really give you anything to prepare. But every tryout's different. So I just, I went into it with an open mind. And it was very difficult. It was crazy. The ropes, you look at them, you're like, oh, that looks kind of fun. They look bouncy. They're very painful. They're not, I don't know, rubber bands, something, slingshots. They are like a cable with duct tape, painful. We had promos. We had, rolling in the ring. We had put you on the spot. Lots of stuff I was very uncomfortable with at the time. I was, I wasn't in front of the camera. I was behind the camera. So it was kind of a new thing for me. But the tryout, it was crazy. And I was like, I don't know. I'm an athlete. I'm just doing what I'm told. I don't think I had the most charisma. I think they saw me as more of a wrestler, athlete, than a character with personality. I am sitting in the back. I don't know what's going on. They call me over and they're like, hey, go over here. I don't know what's going on. Something's up. I get called into a room and I sit down and Triple H is there and there's cameras everywhere, kind of like this actually, we got lights and everything.
Well, stuck in my thoughts set up,
Very professional. And they sit me down and I'm like, oh, what's going on? What are we doing here? I don't know. And they're like, hey, we want to offer you a contract. We want you to move to Orlando. And my reaction, it's on the internet somewhere, unfortunately, but my reaction was like, do I got to agree to this right now? I had other plans. I didn't know, we got to do this now. I was just freaking out. it was just like a movie moment. It was super memorable, and that was kind of, I don't know. I actually like recorded. I made a vlog of the whole thing, and I had no expectations of the end of the tryout. I was like, oh, this is cool, fun experience. And then when I actually got the contract, I was like, whoa, this is serious. This is real life. And then, here I am 3 years later, and I've been wrestling, and I never thought that this would be my career after college. I had never thought.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.